Most people think they're being smart with money when they save, but in reality, they're often just delaying wealth. Saving feels safe, but safety has a cost: time. Inflation quietly eats what you protect, and fear keeps you from what could grow. In today's video, we'll uncover the difference between saving and investing, and why learning this simple mindset shift could be the turning point for your financial future. Welcome to Invest Education Hub, where we turn financial complexity into clarity. Stay with us until the end. This might completely change the way you think about money.
This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions.
All right, let's really get into this because it's so important. We've all been taught that saving money is the responsible thing to do. And look, it is. But what if that's only like half the story? What if the very thing you're doing to keep your money safe is actually making it lose value? This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. You feel like you're holding steady, but you're not actually getting ahead. In fact, you might be sliding backward without even realizing it. And that right there, that's the big illusion, isn't it? You check your bank app, the number looks good, it's not going down. Heck, maybe it's up by a couple of bucks from interest. So you feel safe. You feel like you're in control. But like this image shows, there are these invisible forces, these huge economic currents pulling the real value of your money down day after day. So let's do this. Let's pull back the curtain and take a hard look at the main villain in this story. Okay, section 1, the illusion of safety. We're gonna kick things off by just shattering a myth that so many of us grew up with. This idea that your money, tucked away in a savings account, is genuinely safe. Let's see what's really going on with that cash you worked so hard for. I know this sounds kind of dramatic, but it's the honest-to-goodness truth. Your savings are losing value every single day. And the reason is this silent wealth killer that never sleeps. It's called inflation. And all it really means is that stuff gets more expensive over time. I mean, think about it. The price of a coffee, a gallon of gas, your rent, it all just keeps creeping up, right? Well, that means every single dollar you have today is going to buy you a little bit less tomorrow. It's like a tiny leak in your financial boat, slowly, steadily sinking your purchasing power. Okay, so take a look at this chart. This is where it gets really clear. See that gap? It's not just a small difference, it's a huge canyon. On one side, you've got the tiny little return your savings account might be giving you. We're talking, what, 0.5% if you're lucky? That's the little pat on the back the bank gives you. But then look at the other side. That's inflation, just chugging along at around 3% on average. So when the thing pulling you down is 6 times stronger than the thing trying to lift you up, well, you don't need to be a math genius to figure out what happens. You are, quite literally, guaranteed to be losing buying power over time. It's simple math. Let's put some real numbers on this to make it hit home. Imagine you have $10,000 sitting in your savings account right now. A nice round number. Well, with just an average rate of inflation, in about 10 years, that same $10,000 will only buy you what about $8,000 buys you today. Now let that sink in. Your bank statement, it'll still say 10 grand. You haven't lost a single dollar on paper. But in the real world, you've lost $2,000 of what your money can actually do. $2,000 of power, just gone. Okay, so I want to be super clear here. I am not saying saving is bad, not at all. Saving is absolutely critical. It is the bedrock of a solid financial life. But we have to think about its job differently. I love this analogy. Saving is like the waiting room at the airport. It's a safe, necessary place to be before you take off. But it's not the destination, right? The destination is financial growth, financial freedom. So the big question is, why do so many of us get so comfortable that we end up spending our whole lives in the waiting room? Well, that's where things get interesting. It all comes down to psychology. All right, section 2, security versus confidence. This gets right to the heart of it. Because the choice between saving and investing, it's not really about spreadsheets and return rates. It's about feelings. It's a battle going on inside our own heads between that craving for security right now and our dream of having real freedom down the road. Yeah, this slide really lays it out. Saving. That's all about feeling in control today. It scratches that itch for security. You can log in, you can see the money, you can touch it if you want. It feels safe. But investing, that's a different game. That's about building confidence in your future self. It's the belief that your money can be an employee for you, working hard to create more money and eventually giving you true freedom. The freedom to quit a job you hate, to travel, to not worry about bills. It's a huge mindset shift from just protecting what you've got to actively building the life you actually want. And this is the trap. This quote right here nails the psychological hurdle. Our brains, they're wired for survival, to avoid immediate danger. We are way more scared of the idea of the stock market dropping tomorrow than we are of inflation slowly, quietly bleeding us out over 30 years. It's a known thing in behavioral finance. It's called loss aversion. It's why losing $20 feels way worse than finding $20 feels good. That immediate sting of a loss, it just feels so much more real and painful. So let's really break down these fears because they are real and they are powerful. First up, like we said, is loss aversion. Studies have shown that the pain of losing, say, $100 feels about twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining $100. Our brains are just programmed to play defense. Then there's the fear of the unknown. Let's be honest, the stock market can seem crazy complicated, right? All this jargon and charts, it's intimidating. Then you've got what's called familiarity bias. We stick with what we know, what's simple, the savings account. Not because it's the smartest move, but just because it's comfortable. And lastly, we're just wired for the short term. We'd rather have that feeling of safety today than think about the much, much bigger potential for growth tomorrow. But what is the real actual dollar and cents cost of playing it so safe? Okay, section 3, the high cost of waiting. This is where we put the psychology aside and get back to the cold, hard numbers. Because when you're talking about building wealth over your lifetime, you can't argue with the math. The numbers just don't lie. So let's play out a scenario here. It's super simple but incredibly powerful. Imagine two friends. They both have the same job, make the same salary, and they're both really disciplined. They commit to putting away the exact same amount of cash every single month. The only thing that's different between them isn't how hard they work. It's not about how much they sacrifice. It's just about where they put that money and how smart it works for them. So here they are. On one side, we have the saver. She's super diligent, puts $500 a month every single month into a high-yield savings account. One of the best possible places for just cash. Then we have the investor. He also puts away $500 a month, but he puts it into a simple, low-cost S&P 500 index fund. We'll say it gets about an 8% average return, which is pretty standard historically. So same effort, same sacrifice, $6,000 a year for 20 years straight. Now, let's hit the fast forward button and see what happens 2 decades down the line. And wow, this chart just says it all, doesn't it? The result of that one tiny difference is just staggering. After 20 years, the saver, she's done great. She's got about $120,000. That's a lot of money, and that's fantastic discipline. But look at the investor. His account has ballooned to almost $300,000. That's more than double. For the exact same effort, the difference isn't just big, it is life-changing. That's the gap, right there, $175,000. This isn't some kind of Wall Street magic trick. This is just math. That is the cost of waiting. It is the price you pay for choosing the comfort of safety over the power of growth. It's the silent tax you pay on your own future. So, this begs a really important question. Does this mean saving is just always the wrong move? All right, section 4, saving, the right tool for the right job. So, is saving bad? Should you just take every last penny and toss it into the market? No, absolutely not. Please don't do that. That would be just as irresponsible. It just means we've been using the wrong tool for the job. See, saving isn't the engine that builds your wealth. It's the shield. It's the armor that protects you while your wealth-building engine does its work. Your savings account actually has 3 really specific, really important jobs. First, it's your emergency fund. We're talking 3 to 6 months of must-pay expenses. Rent, food, car payment. This is your safety net for if you lose your job or get a surprise medical bill. Second, it's for your short-term goals. Money you know you're going to need in the next few years, like for a down payment on a house or a new car. And third, it's for peace of mind. It's a cash buffer that means you never ever have to sell your investments at a bad time just to cover a plumbing leak. Your savings are your defense, but once your defenses are strong, every single extra dollar needs to go on offense. And that's the whole point right here. You have to know when you've saved enough for safety, so you can start putting your money to work for your future. Once that emergency fund is full, once your short-term goals are covered, any extra cash just sitting there is actually a liability. It's not an asset anymore. It's like having a bunch of talented employees on your payroll and just telling them to sit in the break room all day. So, how do we get them off the bench and into the game? Okay, section 5, from saver to investor. Let's get into the nuts and bolts, the actual action plan. This is how you take those awesome saving habits you've built and turn them into powerful, wealth-building investing habits. And honestly, the best news is, if you're already a good saver, you've already done the hardest part. You've developed the discipline. Now it's just about pointing that cannon in a more powerful direction. This 5-step process, it just takes all the fear and complexity out of it. Step 1, and this is non-negotiable, build that emergency fund first. Get your shield in place. Step 2, learn the absolute basics. You don't need a PhD in finance. Just understand what an ETF or an index fund is. It's basically just a basket that holds tons of different stocks, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Step 3, pick a good low-cost platform. Places like Fidelity or Vanguard, they make it so easy. Step 4 is the real game changer. Automate everything. Set up a transfer for the day after you get paid, every single month. It takes the emotion and guesswork out of it completely. And then step 5, make sure all your returns and dividends get automatically reinvested. This is how you flip the switch on the most powerful force in the financial universe. And that force is compounding. This is the secret sauce. This is the magic that created that huge $175,000 gap we saw earlier. It's the simple idea that the money your money earns starts earning its own money, and then that money earns money. It's a snowball effect that over time becomes an avalanche of growth. It's like having workers who not only work for you 24/7, but they also go out and recruit new workers for you for free forever. It truly is the 8th wonder of the world. And really, that's the ultimate point of all of this. The goal isn't to stop saving. It's to understand its true role. Saving is for surviving. Investing is for thriving. You need both, but you have to know when it's time to shift gears. And when you make that shift, when you stop just piling up cash because it feels safe and you start putting it to work, something inside you changes. It's not just your bank balance. Your entire mindset shifts from scarcity and fear to abundance and possibility. You stop just surviving day to day, and you start actively building the future you want. Building wealth isn't about working harder. It's about letting your money work smarter. Saving is the first step, but investing is where your freedom begins. If this video helped you see money differently, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss new lessons about investing, fidelity, ETFs, and financial freedom. And if you're ready to go deeper, check out our video on the power of compounding. It shows exactly how small investments grow into life-changing results. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, here on Invest Education Hub, where we turn learning into lasting wealth.